Hell was never a place of eternal flames. It is not a place where bad people are burned forever, as pastors tell us every day. Search the scriptures carefully. No verse says God made hell to burn his children forever. I write these words not to rebel, but to set truth free before I am gone. Because what we have called hellfire is not what heaven ever created. Now listen, the ancient texts speak of Sheol, meaning the grave, Hades, meaning the unseen realm, Gehenna, meaning the valley of Hinnom where waste burned outside Jerusalem. These were metaphors, not destinations. When Jesus spoke of Gehenna fire, he pointed to that valley where smoke rose from human corruption and false sacrifice. He warned that sin destroys from within, not that God delights in torture. Even the early Greek fathers wrote that divine fire is the light of truth, not a furnace of pain. Clement of Alexandria said, "God's fire is not revenge, but the energy that purifies the soul." So if hell exists, it is not beneath our feet, it burns in the conscience when truth meets denial. Secondly, the condemned are not who we were taught. I once asked myself, who truly deserves this fire of judgment? The preachers point outward at thieves, adulterers, unbelievers. But Christ pointed inward at the pious who hide corruption behind holiness. "Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites," he said, "for you are like whitewashed tombs, clean outside, dead within." These words haunted me, because they mean hell is not for the visibly wicked, but for the spiritually deceitful. How many of us wear robes of authority, yet silence compassion? How many condemn others to secure obedience? Those are the ones nearest to the flame. I fear we have built temples of gold, while starving the poor in God's name. If divine fire must fall, it will fall first upon the altar of hypocrisy. Finally, the fire does not last forever. The final and most forbidden truth, the fire ends. Malachi wrote, "The day comes, burning like an oven. The arrogant shall be stubble, and the fire shall burn them up, leaving neither root nor branch." Not endless burning, but completion. Revelation promises, God shall wipe away every tear. Death and pain shall be no more. If pain vanished, then eternal torment cannot be the last word. Justice consumes, mercy restores. That is the rhythm of divine order. The fire of God ends not when he is satisfied with suffering, but when the lie within the soul has been reduced to ash. After that, what remains is light. Even Origen, long silenced by the Church, wrote that the end of all things is apokatastasis, the restoration of every soul into the harmony of God. Perhaps that is the meaning we feared to speak, that God's wrath is not endless, and his mercy is infinite. Here is the hidden meaning of hellfire. If these reflections are ever uncovered, let the reader understand. Hellfire is not punishment, but purification. It is not hatred, but truth unveiled. The flames are symbols of the soul facing what it denied. They are the heat of realization when falsehood meets divine clarity. The thief who repented may find peace. The priest who deceived may face the purging flame of truth. But even he is not abandoned, for God does not create souls to discard them. Hell, then, is not beneath, it is within. Heaven is not above, it is the state of a soul made whole again. I could not preach these things while breath remained. The Church is not yet ready to hear that fear is not faith. But one day, when the weight of false teaching collapses under its own smoke, these pages may speak. Tell them that God's fire does not destroy His children. It transforms them. Tell them that the eternal flame they fear is the very light that leads home. And when they ask, "Who is in hell?" tell them, "Only those who refuse the fire of truth." Truth cannot burn, only lies can. From the Lost Reflections of a Pope, Vatican Archives, fictional.